The greatest spirit warrior in all of American history holds these three huge truths to be the most important, self-evident, and intensely divine of all. Number one, God is the top spirit warrior. This is the most important aspect of God. It is what allows him to naturally and supernaturally marshal everything. Number two, he is the creator with the most intense natural masculine energy and spirit. Number three, death before betrayal of God's logos is an essential and key ingredient for one's entrance into heaven. In other words, there's no bitch shit. The beauty and the grace of the sun make that clear by itself, much less all the other evidence that we have. If you hear this video and you cannot stand it or you disagree, it is better that you die, because the truth will destroy you eventually. So you're better off being destroyed now than living in a permanent state of disgrace. African martial arts should be at its place on the top of a global spirit order. To understand who you are, you need to go back to the beginning, at least from when man first stood up. Martial arts, studying nature and asking yourself, who am I and how can I extract the most intensely pure aspects of nature and perfect myself, is what made it so man stood up. These were the prophets, divinely inspired by God to give us everything important. So either you will accept this natural African, where we all come from, Africa, spirit warrior truth and priesthood, as part of the true logos of God on the top level, or there will be war. And if there isn't, it will only be because pure Satanism, with all of its illusion-inspired forms, and lack of true pure sun spirit, has conquered the feeble cowards who are left over. Those are the big three truths. God is the top spirit warrior. The creator has a masculine energy, and his role as creator is second only to his role as the top spirit warrior. So who should control reproduction? We'll get to that in a moment. Science and state-sponsored religious movements, since long before Constantine, have sought to confound this order, and they have used up every bit of the benefit of the doubt that you could possibly imagine. They are void. No one should care about what scientists, what religious scholars, or anyone else has to say. The order ends with me, and ask yourself, how could I possibly be wrong? Egyptian civilization unifying the land out of chaos, which is the natural way for someone to marshal in everyone. They unified this land that was chaotic with a martial arts spiritual morality. I don't care what the historians have to tell me. I am the living reproduction and continuity of African martial arts. There is nothing you can uncover. Even if you uncovered every artifact there is to find, and you understood it scientifically through your religious lens or spiritual lens, you pale in comparison to me. I am the living continuity of Narmer, of the Igbos. I am the great leopard and the great hawk. You're just a pencil Dick Ebert. Sit down, shut up! Seven religious principles that you would be a fucking coward to go without. God is a spirit-based warrior, the top. Number one, sun as the gateway, and guard it in mind with heart. So in your mind, you should visualize through your heart how you can guard the sun. Not the materialistic gases of the sun, but the actual strength, the spirit, right? Ra is the strength of the sun. God is the strength of the sun. God is the strength of the martial artist. He is the strength of the S-O-N, the Pharaoh, and he is the strength of the S-U-N. That's who God is. We don't worship gases and bright light. We worship the strength of it, the true light inside of it. Number 2, God is the greatest warrior. So number 1 is the doorman soldier. Number 2, warrior God. God is the greatest warrior and creator in one. So therefore, creation or reproduction should be controlled by a pharaoh. Pharaohs in Greek means the lighthouse. Pharaoh, and top martial arts order. And what kind of complex having bitches would prevent, what kind of complex bitches would prevent people from seeing it that way? Africa as the birthplace and origin of humanity. Therefore, Igbo culture is just the remnants of the preservation of the best of Ethiopian cultures. And we can tell that ancient look in black people, which is more ancient than in any other people. You can't turn around and pretend that this is not the case. No science can confound that. This is where it started, and this is where the martial arts marshaled in people naturally. Number 3. God language. Sounds from your gut. Vowel means your vowel is the vow you take. If you choose the E, you're going to throw in E's. If you choose the A, you're going to throw in A's. If you worship the one true God, you use A, and the Pharaoh uses O. For example, Haru Otap. Haru Hotep. Haru is pleased. Okay? Rahotep. It's your gut, like a martial artist keying up, that allows you to make these sounds. So, Haru Otap, the H is the fence removed, is the same as Rahotap, is RTP. Okay? So now, since my vow is to the one true God, and I am the Pharaoh, I may say, Harotop, Rotop. Okay? Of course, I'm not saying it perfectly. It takes practice over time. And I'm out of time in my life, really. Number 4, loyalty mental. Visualize yourself in the center of the sun doing the techniques that works best for you. Look, you jester like fucking scientific e-birds, you puppets on a string. Now, you can make fun of this all you want, but eventually you are going to have to face the sun, the strength of the sun. And you are weak little sissies who are afraid to man up. How do you think that plays out for you? And people who are dumb enough that you care about, that follow you and become your friends. Fucking morons. Number 5, stumbling blocks spirit. 5, spar it to increase spiritual energy and learn to supernaturally adjust from there. Your personal shu heri. I believe it was called, someone told me that shu heri means, shu means to hold, and haru means to break or to go away from, break away from. It's almost exactly like shu haru, but they chose the E and the I because their gender neutral kind of Asian society chose that path. So it becomes, when you're the Pharaoh, so aro, so aro, so aro, so aro. Okay? And when you're someone who acknowledges you from the A, but you're not the Pharaoh, Sahara. Okay? So from this system, we can learn the samurai loyalty to the, samurai loyalty with the accompanying African spirituality and path. Number 6, light speed, non-violence, and variation. The 9-headed hawk. Each head is a point in the body. The head, the forehead, the elbow, the fists, okay, the elbows, the knees, and the feet, right? That's 9 points, okay? 5 points from above, 4 points from below. These are 9 striking points that are key. So it's like a 9-headed hawk headed to the victim, at 200 miles per hour or light speed, okay? The spirit is in the right. You're in the right, you're in the truth. Not avoidance means if they avoid that first super fast movement, they're not going to avoid the rest because I'm in the right. It's kind of like in my videos when I do strikes. There's usually 1 or 2 strikes that really stick out. And I'm moving so fast you can't even begin to see it. And I try to capture those those moves in the clips. Okay, and when I captured a lot of them consecutively, more or less, that's when I did the 15 hits in 1.2 to 1.4 seconds from Deontay Wilder's range with sparring gloves on, which makes me the top martial artist. If for nothing else, you can't keep up, it's like you're done. How are you going to beat me if you can't even keep up with me? And you have to deal with my intense mind, you know, the mind of the son of 2 doctors, top 1 percentile in the SSAT, you know, 175 IQ more, you know, you're gone. You're done. I'm not some Ebert scientist who can't coordinate the body. I am the continuity of the martial arts pharaoh. You're dead. Shut up. Okay. Number 7, hating evil. Okay. Hating evil means death. Psalm 97:10. Let me just make sure this is the right psalm. I should have prepared myself for this video. I don't want to make it in 2 parts. It's so annoying when I do that. I don't like it. I'm sure my viewers don't like it. Okay, here we go. So, I wrote it down off the top of my head. I cited this song in the other video. All right. Psalm 97:10. For those who love the Lord hate evil, and he guards the lives of his faithful ones and delivers them from the hand of the wicked. Light is shed upon the righteous and joy on the upright in heart. Rejoice in the Lord who are righteous and praise his holy name. So those who love the Lord hate evil, and he guards the lives of the faithful ones. So if we are in combat as the light tempo continuity, okay? And I'm applying number 6, light speed, non-avoidance, and variation. I'm using variations as they come to my mind at light speed. Even if the enemy wants to confuse me and throw me off, I'm moving in the spirit of God. He's not fast enough to scientifically outmaneuver God. God is this top spirit warrior. So when I come into his spirit, even if the enemy can read my mind and plant thoughts in my fucking head, which I assure you he can, I'm going to outmaneuver you and I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm in the right. I'm with the Lord. I am that righteous, masculine spirit energy that allows me to outmaneuver. Okay? And of course, these are transferable, translatable, communicable, convertible, and universal skills. So if I pick up a keychain fucking knife, I can cut out your fucking heart, stab you in the eyes, stab you in the carotid, the femoral, get you where it hurts, where you're done. And God is going to help me come up with the ideas to accomplish the task. Okay, hate for evil, righteous indignation is an angel's natural state in this world. You should not live without it. Think of me with God's angels, you know, from God's light temple, waiting in the sun to judge your loyalty. Loyalty is what matters most. Loyalty to the divine order first, and not what you think is right. There is one greatest commandment above all. Thou shalt have no other gods, no other loyalties. Gods represent loyalties to certain cultures, cult centers, police, cult centers. Your loyalty is not to the police of the state telling you what to do. Don't let anything and anyone stop you from doing the work of God. And because they channel demonic spirits, entities, feelings, and psychological states that are satanic, we are engaged.